Okay, lesson number 2. Get out your bookmark. Lesson number 2 is bring enough fuel for the journey. This is also a good idea. I mean, if I were taking you in a small plane and I went, come on, Diana, come flying with me. You know, I think I filled the tank. I don't remember for sure, but we'll be fine. Come on, hop in. You know, found something else to do, sweetheart. Don't think I'm coming with you right now. So accidents where pilots and their passengers are killed because they ran out of fuel, pilots are not very sympathetic about this. This is a 100% preventable accident. And yet, in life, we fly on fumes. In fact, it's almost sort of an honorable thing to overwork and be exhausted, right? So in my retreats, because I teach this material in classes and in a 3.5-day retreat. So in a 3.5-day retreat, a professional woman, I'm saying, so what would happen if you took 100% responsibility for your inner fuel? And what would happen if you set a personal minimum, just like I had to have when I went out to fly the plane? Mine was 10 gallons in the 2 tanks, each of the 2 tanks in Cleo's little plane Yellowbird. And if it was 9 3/4, I really wanted to cheat because I didn't want to haul the plane over to the gas tank, get out the big gas hose, have to climb up on, it's a pain in the butt. I didn't want to do all that. But it's life or death. If you start cheating on that, trouble. So I would ask my professional friends what would happen if you set a personal minimum. So here's what I mean. Look at the little scale on the blue side. And this is a replica of a dipstick. So when you're flying a little plane, you have a wooden stick that looks like a paint stirrer. You climb up on the strut or on a ladder and you unscrew the tank and you put the little stick down in the tank and you see how far up the moisture comes. And that tells you how many gallons you have. So what's your inner fuel level right now? I'm talking about physical, emotional, spiritual. Just how much fuel would you guess you have for your flying around in your world? What number? Write the number down. Next to 2. Lesson 2. So is this a good number for you? Is this enough so that you would make this number your personal minimum? Would you want to have any less than this, than what you have now? Or do you wish you had more than this? So what would be a good personal minimum number? And then the question is, what do you do if you're below it? What is your premium fuel? Because if I put jet fuel in our little 182, we'll crash on takeoff. No, you have to put the correct fuel for the airplane. So what your fuel is might not be what your fuel is. And a lot of times we fuel ourselves with stuff that doesn't really fuel us. So this chapter, this lesson is about what truly fuels you. And my professional friend who was at the retreat went, well, then I'd have to change my life. Oh, exactly. And when I was going to a homeopath at one point, I told her about this scale, and she said, well, I respectfully suggest that you suffer from dipstick distortion. I said, excuse me, what do you mean by that? And she said, well, you're a high achiever. So what's your personal minimum? I said 3. She went, change it to 5. I went, change it to 5? I'd have to change my life. Oops. So I changed it to 5, and it does mean changing my life.